All right, here we go. Still got a few minutes until 9 o'clock, and um, yeah, getting rolling here. 8:58 Eastern. We've got Bennett Holloway coming in from North Carolina. Y'all know Bennett; he was on here before, and just a really good friend of mine. Doing this little live look in. I think this is kind of cool, kind of fun. Let me turn off the music. We're about to get rolling here. Close some of my. We got people on. Brad Ayler up on Instagram. Brad Ayler named my son after you, Ayler Head. Um, so man, it's good to see you guys on here. It is raining right now in in Tennessee where I am. Um, so yeah, little bummer of a day ish. Man, it is a good day though. Today we are going to talk about we're going to talk about tears and the power of them. But before we do that, I want you to know I'm doing a giveaway. I want to give away something. I'm trying to think about what can I give away. I could give away free coaching, which would save you a couple $1,000s. I don't think I'm there yet to be able to give that away. I'm still trying to still trying to get going in my business, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to give away a $50 gift card. I think that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to give away a $50 gift card, and all you need to do is place the word tears into. I've got two entries right now, so if you just hashtag the word tears, then you will be entered into the drawing, and the drawing will be uh, a $50 gift card that I will text it to you and or email it or whatever because it is 2024 and we are live. It is right now 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, everybody. Super excited that you guys are here. I want to try some noises. See if y'all can hear this. Let's try this again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, we we are live right now. Man, last night. Oh gosh, we gotta cut that out. What is this noise? Oh, we don't need that. Let's check this one. Magical. Oh gosh. Nope. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need some laughter today. Okay. 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 um. Anyways, that's a cool little effect that we have right there. The laughter. Anyways, last night, man, I just want to talk to you guys before we get rolling. Last night, so I've been coaching my son's basketball team, and it has been super super fun. And we made it to the championship game last night, and we lost by 2 points. So that was a sad deal, and it was fun to coach these kids. Some of them never played basketball in their life, and it's fourth and fifth graders. My son's a fourth grader, and he did really really good. It was so fun, really good. Also, if you didn't know, I launched my brand new website yesterday. It is live right now. It is nextstepcoach.org. I would love it if you would go and check it out. It kind of just shows all the things that I'm doing and where I'm at. And if you're new here, let me just explain who I am and what I'm doing. Man, it's been a fun journey for me. So I started. I am still a pastor. I'm just not working in a church. I'm still pastoring people. I'm still a shepherd. It may look a little different, but I still am a pastor. But something that oh, you know what? Let me turn this up a little bit. Let's get a little brighter up in here. Um, there you go. I think that looks a lot better. But I was a pastor in the church for 22 years and was incredible. It was really good. And then God put something on my heart, man. It's time to get out of the church. Um, it's time to get outside the walls of the church, and it's time to use my gifts and my story in a whole new different way. It's time to speak up for those who feel like they don't have a voice. It's time to talk about some things that happened in my life, and it's time to truly help people um, who've experienced trauma, who are survivors of trauma, and help them to find hope. And so that's what I am. I started out as a business coach. Didn't really love that direction. Felt like I was just kind of faking it. I don't know if you ever done something because you think it's going to work and it doesn't. But then I went into health coaching, which was good. Had quite a few clients in the health coaching space, but man, I didn't really love it. And now, since about 3 weeks ago, I've transitioned um, uh, into a Christian life coach, helping trauma survivors find hope. Has been awesome, and that's what I'm doing, man. I've last week I got 3 brand new clients. It was beautiful, amazing. And you may be asking, how can I work with you, Michael? How do I do that? Well, I've got three different ways that you can work with me. And I'm gonna put those on the screen right now, just so you can see what that looks like. And right here, so there's 3 different ways that people work with me. And so this is the Premier Transformation. This is weekly one-on-one Zoom sessions. I mean, this is all in. We are working together, super super close. I've got 2 clients in this area, and it's amazing. Unlimited email and text. I've also written a 90-day devotional that is just been huge for my clients. We also do the monthly live coaching. You get everything you want right here in the Premier Transformation package. And then the Elite Breakthrough is, so this one was 90 days, and then the second one is 60 days, and it is twice a month, and they are one-on-one Zoom sessions. All of these are Zoom, and I meet with people, man, all around the country. I've got clients in South Dakota. I've got a client in South Dakota. I've got multiple clients in Texas. I've got quite a few in Tennessee, and it's all Zoom. If you want to Zoom, and some people don't really want to Zoom, they're feeling like, man, I just want to talk on the phone. That's totally cool as well. And I understand, especially when you're kind of dealing with some sadness and trauma, and you're just not wanting to talk about it, or not wanting to see other people. Totally understand. So the top package is the Premier Transformation every single week for 90 days. The second package is the 60 days, and it is we meet twice a month, as well as unlimited email, 60-day devotional, and you get the monthly group. So it's really 3 times a month. And then my base package, which quite a few people are in, is a monthly. You pay monthly. It's $100 a month, and we get one-on-one coaching with me once a month, as well as you're into the group coaching. And each of these, you get into my private community. And so that's $99 a month. And these other ones are, I would love for you to reach out to me if you're interested in any of them. I'm also creating a course, an online course here pretty soon, which is going to be awesome. I am creating it, and the title of it is going to be about how we can overcome the ideas that we're not enough. Let me see if I can pull up what that is going to look like. Let's see here. We've got 3 people in the drawing right now. 3 people in the drawing, which is great. Let's go here. Where are you watching from? While you're watching, I want to interact with you guys today. So in the comments, if you're looking to limiting beliefs, that's the name of the course, is to overcome limiting beliefs. And I'm going to do a sale for that for $19.99. Will be is going to be whenever I get it rolling, which will be probably next week. It'll be $19.99, and then eventually it'll go up to over $200, because I put a lot of time and work into this. It is an online course. It's me teaching overcoming limiting beliefs and dealing with stress and different things. So if you're interested in that, man, let me know if you want to get a part of that beginning package, which is going to be $19.99. It's going to be incredible. It's going to provide a crazy value. There's 16 different modules. It's a huge thing, and I am so excited about it. Again, I'm doing a giveaway. If you could put in the comment hashtag tears, because today, right now, we are going to talk about why crying is actually okay. And you're like, I don't cry. Right now, we've got 3 people entered into the drawing of hashtag tears. So in the comments, please put put hashtag tears. Let me write this again. Um, having trouble. Let's see. To enter the $50 gift card. Man, I am not a good speller, y'all. Y'all know that. Drawing. Please use hashtag tears. There you go. Let's go. Get it in there. Hashtag tears. Got 8 people right now. 8 people right now on the live right now. If you're watching this on Instagram, if you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook, I would love for you to switch over to YouTube. Please switch over to YouTube. I believe that is where it's at. It would be awesome to have you guys on my YouTube channel as I go live. Try to go live every single Tuesday and Thursday, and sometimes I don't. But I would love for you. Typically, I go live once a week. I try to go live twice a week. So get over there on YouTube. Come on, do it. Also, if you have any questions about mental health, you have any questions about the church, man, I would love for you to write those in there. Last week, I had my sweet friend Andrea on the live, and if you haven't watched that, I encourage you to go back and watch that live. And man, we broke it down last time. It was really good, and I shared some things, and then I created some clips from it, talking about how the church, and I think that's a word that my friend Ben and I've been talking about this. He actually has been very helpful when I talk about the church. People get real offended, and they're like, you're talking about God's bride, and I get upset when someone talks about my wife. I'm going to get upset with you, and I hear that and I understand that, but I also think that the church, or I guess when I say the church, you got to think about the people that are running the church. And again, I was a part of that for 22 years. And I did not do it perfectly, but I learned a lot. And right now, if you look around and you would listen to what people are learning and what's coming out about the church, you're going to learn quite a bit. And I shared something last week that people, some people were angry that I shared it, and that makes sense. And some people were shocked, and some people were like, "Man, I can't believe it." And what I shared was, so I was married before I met my wife, Erica. Does that make sense? How do that sounds awful. I was divorced, but I am divorced, and the lady that I was with left me for somebody else. It was very hurtful. It was very hard, and a part of my journey, part of my healing journey. And then I met Erica a few years later, got married, all good, all awesome, and all amazing. And I was told by churches that I need to not talk about that. I need to kind of keep that on the DL. And so I brought that up last week. And why would I be taught that? Why would I be told that? My opinion is because the image that it looks like I don't have it all together. At least that's what I heard. And what's funny is, for me, I'm a slow processor. So when someone tells me something like that, eventually, at first I'm like, yeah, that's the right thing, when ultimately it's not. And it took time for me to actually realize, man, that's hurtful. That's hurtful. Because guys, our stories are so powerful. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter where you've been. We have all been, if you are a believer in Christ Jesus, man, he washes that clean. He washes all of that clean. And if somebody is asking you not to share your story, because then you get into churches like, was it a biblical divorce? Was it this? Was it this? And mine was a, quote, biblical divorce. Okay. She left me for somebody else. Why shouldn't we be able to share those things? It's because it's because suppressing things and hiding who we truly are is sometimes what's happening. And here's what I'm learning as I am, and this is not the direction I was wanting to go today, but I'm just going to go there for a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the power of crying. But what I'm learning is people identify with someone who is real. If you're on a stage or if you're on social media and you seem like you're untouchable, it's hard for people to relate to that because it's not real life. Vulnerability shows someone that you can identify with them, that you can actually, oh, they don't have it all together because none of us do. None of us have it all together. That's why we need Jesus. That's why he came. It's because we don't have it all together. And so I want to encourage anybody that's watching this and you feel like you're not connecting with somebody, or maybe you're not connecting with your local church. My question would be, are you allowed to be vulnerable in that space? Can you be who you are? Can you really, the song, Come As You Are? I don't even know the song, Come As You Are. Is that real? Do we really mean that? Come as you are? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Because it's gross. It's gross. If we come as we are to the dude who was just looking at porn in the car before he walked in, can he share that with you? And you just say, man, we got you. Is it okay? And man, I just want to encourage you. If you can't come as you are, then maybe you need to go as you are and find somewhere where you can be as you are. Because that's huge. I want to encourage you in that. Man, there's so many. And so again, people are going to be on here. I already know it. There's like people on here who watch my lives and they're silent. They don't say anything, but they watch it and then they have access to me, and then they send me texts or calls and be like, I'm a pastor and you're hurting the church and da-da-da. Here's what I want you to know. I don't have enough power to hurt the church. I don't, because that is the bride of Christ. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can talk about things that nobody else is talking about. Nobody's talking about it. What you're talking about is Easter's coming and we got to do this and we got to do this and we got to get as many people in the building so that we can Easter's coming and this event and this event. And look, I was a part of it. I was. And you know what? I made some mistakes. And you know what? That's okay. But here's what I want us to think about. If we can't get better at the church, if we're not willing to truly look in at ourselves and to find out where some spaces that we can get better, then man, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if I God bless you. If you're not willing to make changes to truly reach people, and you're not willing to look in and say, where do we need to get better? And I'm not talking about promotion in social media. That's not an area that really probably most organizations need to get better. But really getting better at seeing people where they are, at smelling like the sheep. Do you smell like the sheep? What does that mean? You're a shepherd. Are you hanging out in the lobby? You're hanging out in green rooms. The people aren't in the green room. The people are in the lobby. And I want to encourage you, whoever, man, come on. Remember why you got into it in the first place. For the people. You got into it for the people. And again, I appreciate you guys on here saying, man, don't stop, lean in, love where he's leading you. I appreciate that, Bennett, of all people. You, the man, he's a pastor, Bennett's a learner. He's trying to always be better. And I absolutely love it. And I love the church. Man, my wife and I love the church. I'm thankful for the church. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the church, period. And but there are things that need to be talked about. So that's what we're doing. Let's transition into talking about tears. You're like, Michael, I don't want to talk about crying. Well, I know you don't, and you can log off. But I think that this is something really interesting. This is something that I think more people need to know about, because man, it rocked my world when I started learning about the power of tears. Again, I'm doing a giveaway, $50 gift card. Would love to give this to somebody. Just put hashtag tears wherever you're watching this. Ideally on YouTube, because that's where you can win this drawing. Let's see how many. We got 6 people in the drawing right now. So I mean, you have a really high chance to win right now. So hashtag tears for the $50 gift card, and I will reach out to you. So um, man, with tears, Wendy Kerr, good to see you in New Braunfels, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. Hope you had a great move, Wendy. I know that moving is never fun at all, but you know that's awesome. Randy Outdoor Adventures, my man. Good to see you, buddy. Hashtag tears on YouTube. It is so good to see you guys. I am at 540 subscribers on YouTube. That is so exciting. That is like crazy awesome. So thank you guys for subscribing. That is incredible. Again, $50 giveaway, hashtag tears, wherever you are watching this. So why are tears important? Why are tears important? Man, y'all keep throwing me off with the comments. I love seeing them. So thank you. Keep commenting. It's good. Hashtag tears. If you have any questions, please let me know. But man, you ever been told not to cry? Stop crying. Don't cry. Or maybe we told our kids that before. Maybe we've said, hey, stop crying. Or go to your room. You know, all those things that we as parents say and we do. We're like, or you've been around somebody who they start crying, you just kind of stress out. You're like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do with this? I know that I have. Like someone starts crying, like, oh goodness, not sure what to do. And I don't want to talk about our response to crying, but what I want to talk about is the power of tears. The power of tears. Like we check this out. There's three types of tears. There's basal tears, okay? And basal tears are that's pretty much what lubricates your eyes. That's just like typically what is wrong, or what is happening in our eyes is the basal. It's the lubricant that is naturally on our eyes, and those tears just come out sometimes. And then there's the reflex. The reflex tears is the response to irritants. So like if you get something, and right now here in Tennessee, it is allergy season. It is gross. And you can probably hear it in my nose, in my but that is the reflex, so response to irritants. And then today, what I want to focus on is the emotional tears, which is triggered by feelings. And so that's what I want to talk about. So just think about that right there. There are 3 different types of tears. That is incredible to think about right there. I just think that is outstanding. And what happens is with tears, I want to talk about how when we do cry, what happens to our bodies when we cry, and then when we don't cry, when we should cry. So check this out. When we cry, the emotional tears contain a higher level of stress hormones and other toxins, suggesting that it helps to reduce stress. I'm going to say that again. This is crazy. This is really cool that when we cry, the emotional tears, remember we have 3 types of tears. We have 3 types of tears. And when we cry, the emotional tears, when something happens in our brain and we're like, I got to cry, and we allow that to happen, these tears have a higher level of stress hormones and other toxins, suggesting that, man, it truly can reduce stress. And when you cry, it actually stimulates the production of endorphins and oxytocin, which I don't know if you know much about endorphins, or you know much about oxytocin. I don't think I'm saying that right. Remember, I'm not a doctor. If you're watching this, like, man, he must have his PhD. I don't. I don't have my PhD at all. I can barely spell PhD. But when we have these endorphins and we have these things that are going on in our tears, this can help to ease our physical and emotional pain, leading to a better sense of well-being. So when we cry, when we have the emotion of crying, when that starts to come out and you allow it to come out, because sometimes you try to keep it in, like, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. When you allow that to happen, your body is saying, okay, it's okay. It's okay. Because, man, this introduces the idea that that when we cry these emotional tears, the pent up feelings and emotions that we have is seriously helpful for our body. And I want to encourage you in that. I want to encourage you in a few things. Number one, that it is okay to cry. Crying reduces stress, which when we reduce our stress is a lower risk of heart disease and other stress things that may happen to you. Maybe you're sitting here and you're struggling with you are oxytocin. The TO is pronounced like toe. See, that's what I needed right there. That's what I needed right there. Oxytocin. Perfect. Um, Sleep improvement. Wait, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah. When we cry, I want to encourage you that sometimes people will try to hold it in. Like you literally, you're like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. So some of my clients, when I'm talking to them, especially when the first time they get on a Zoom call with me or on the phone, they're like, I've been so nervous about this because I'm gonna cry. And my response is, man, that's awesome. That's great. But what we have done as adults is we feel like crying is a sign of weakness. That crying is a sign of like, man, I don't have it all together. That if I cry, then I might feel sad. And I want you to know that feeling of sadness is a great feeling. It is a normal emotion. And so when these tears come out, maybe in your spouse or your friend or your kids, and the tears come out, and we're telling people, hey, stop crying. Don't worry about it. Why are you crying? Stop. We say those things. I've said those things. I've been told those things. Then what it does is actually pushes that stress back into our body. We don't get to deal with it. And eventually it comes out later. And so I want to encourage you, when you have the emotion of sadness for whatever reason, and you start to push it down with whatever that may be, maybe that's dizziness, maybe that's some sort of alcohol, drugs, sex, pornography, work. When you start having these emotions, I want to encourage you that go and have a good cry. As a trauma survivor and as a Christian life coach that helps trauma survivors find hope, I want to encourage you. Crying is okay. And if it's hard for you to cry, it's probably because you have done such a great job of blocking that emotion of sadness with something else. Typically, in men, we block it with anger and rage. And so you see that a lot in men. You see it in women as well, to where you've never seen them cry. And typically people with anger issues and rage will tell you, I don't cry. I don't cry. I haven't cried in a long time. I'm not going to cry. And I want you to know that you're not going to cry is correct because you've got so much anger. And so when I work with my clients, and I know this helped with me, man, I was the same way. Like I did not cry. I was not a crier. But as soon as I went and started working on my own mental health, I started to get some of the anger out of the way. I did some different, I've done a lot of writing. I've done a lot of talking. I've done a lot of physical things that show like in a healthy place that you can go and like, there's actually punching bags in different, therapist offices and you can have like a little bat, like a plastic bat, and they hit these like pillows and you can yell in the pillows and do a lot of different things to get the anger out of the way so that your body can actually function how it's supposed to. And so getting the anger out of the way so that you can start to feel differently. Because if you can't feel it, then you're never going to heal it. And most of the time from our trauma as a child, we have done such a good job of protecting ourselves. We've done such a good job of living our lives that it has become normal to us to be angry, to be busy, to be all those things. And the true emotions that we're feeling, man, it never comes out. And so, man, I just want to encourage you when you feel the emotion of sadness and crying, I want to encourage you to go ahead and just let it out. And as a parent, you have a great opportunity right now with your kids, no matter what age they are, to encourage them to do that, to cry. And I think answer your question, Melissa. Melissa, right here, I see your question. I'm at a point where if I allow myself to cry, the tears won't stop, and I'll cry for days. And Melissa, that is called flooding. That is called that truly is what it's called. And for me, I totally understand where you're coming from with that. When I started doing my work and really started deep dive into counseling, the same is true, and the same still is true with me. 2 Thursdays ago, last Thursday, I was supposed to go live at 9 o'clock. And man, I had a tough morning. I had a real tough day. And you know what? I was flooding with emotion, and that emotion came out as tears and sadness. And I want you to know, Melissa, that when you start feeling that sadness and you start feeling that overwhelm, you start feeling that flooding of emotion, understand number one, what is happening in your body. Like that is the Lord, in my opinion, saying, hey, there's something here that we need to work on. There's something we need to work on. You may not be able to find it, but there's something there. And and if you can, go to a safe place, go to your room, whatever that looks like, and allow that to happen. For me, when I feel like I'm flooding to a point that I can't function, I will go outside and I will sit in the sun. They're like, well, it's a rainy day today, and I'll sit in the rain. I will. I will go on a little walk. I will do I will do some writing. Writing. I will do some writing in my journal, and I'll write down kind of what I'm feeling. I can go back in my journals and see moments where I was super sad, and I was able to really find out what to do with this sadness, Melissa. And so I hope that helps. But flooding is something that does happen, and it's hard, but that shows that, man, there's a lot of things that are going on, and you may be sad for quite a few days in a row, and you know what? That's okay. It's okay. Like think how crazy it is that the endorphins and the oxytocin that we release in crying, these feel good chemicals that we have that are released in crying, how it alleviates pain, it brings us comfort, and whenever you are crying, man, you're kicking a stress hormone out and inviting peace and relief into your body. I mean, think about that. How awesome that is. That it's not just soothing when you cry, but it has profound physical elements that are going to help you and benefits that are going to help you. I mean, that is incredible, which is going to reduce stress. It's going to mean you're going to have a healthier heart. It's going to mean you're going to have a stronger immune system. And maybe you can't sleep at night. Well, when's the last time you cried? When's the last time you cried? That could help for you to have a better night's sleep. And man, it's not about sucking it up. It's not about weakness. It's not about suppressing emotion. It is about being true to who you are, and it is a sign of you actually have it together. If you meet somebody who hasn't cried in a long time, maybe I'm talking to you right now. You haven't cried in a long time. Like I don't cry. I would I would love to sit down and look at the rest of your life and see, man, let's find out why. Why? Why not? What is it about it? Most of the time, it's going to go back to your childhood. It's going to go back to your childhood. Maybe you're playing a sport, you got hurt, and your dad picked you up and said, "Stop crying, suck it up." And in that moment, you're like, "Oh gosh," because as a baby, you used to cry all the time, and now you can't. What? Babies cry all the time. They are constantly crying, and we don't tell them, "Stop crying, suck it up." That's how they communicate, by crying and telling you, "Hey, I need something. I need I need a bottle. I need to go to sleep. I need something." And man, I hope that you realize that, man, if you're dealing with something and you feel stuck in where you are, I want you to know that, man, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are right there with you. Or maybe you know somebody. Maybe you're watching, you know somebody, man, they need to reach out. They need to reach out. I would love to meet with them. I'd love to talk to them. I'd love to talk to you. I've got a few spots available in March for some of my coaching. And man, I would love to sit down and talk to you. Don't put it off. You know, some people are like, you know, whenever I talk about the price of my coaching, it's not cheap at all. You know, I would say my cheapest package is $99 a month, and it's good. It gets you once a month with me, as well, really twice a month with me because you're in the group coaching. But I want to encourage you, man. What are you investing in? You are worth investing in yourself. My other packages are in the thousands of dollars to work with me. Why? Well, because I've got 40 years of overcoming trauma. I've got 22 years of being a pastor. I've helped tons of people, and God is using me in a great way to help people. And it's time for you to invest in yourself. You invest in a lot of other things. You invest in food. You invest in stock market. You invest in, you know, the newest iPhone. And when are we going to start investing in ourselves? And maybe that's not with me. Maybe it's just going to a therapist, meeting with a therapist. A lot of my clients meet with me one-on-one, and they also have a therapist. I have a coach and a therapist myself, and it's game changer. It is a game changer, and I'm loving where God has me right now. So again, we're about to do the drawing of for tiers. I'm so excited to do this. I haven't done this yet. We've got 9 people in the drawing. I'm gonna see if I can share this with you guys. So hashtag tiers. If man, it looks like Instagram has ended. I hate that. But that's okay. That's all good. All good. Hashtag tiers. Wherever you're watching this, we've got a few people on Facebook. We've got a few people on YouTube. And hashtag tiers to be entered into the $50 drawing. Here we go. I'm going to do the giveaway. We've got 9 now. It's going up. It's going up. Hashtag tiers. All over the place. It's good to see you guys on here. Do you have any questions before we do the drawing? Anything that comes up that you are thinking about on Facebook, on YouTube? If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, I would love for you to come over to YouTube. Let's see here. Let's see what's happening. All right, we've got 9 entries. 9 entries right now. Any other questions from anybody watching before we do the drawing? Jeanette Head, I want y'all to know that this right here is my stepmom, pretty much my mom, so I call her mom, and she's on here live. That's so awesome. I love that very, very much. She helped raise me, which when I was a wolf, they helped get me out of a pretty bad situation. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to go into the drawing. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Share screen. Giveaway. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what happens. This is the first time I've done this. So this is pretty fun. Here we go. Hashtag tiers. Who's in? We've got 10 people. And you're gonna win. This is $50. And I'll be honest, I don't really have $50 to give away, but I think this is fun. And if I was you, I would definitely do this because that's fun. So here we go. I wonder if I refresh it, what will happen? No, I'm not gonna do that. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the drawing. Here we go. Bye. What if I win? What if I win? Oh, Bennett! Bennett is the winner. That is what I'm talking about. Bennett Holloway, my man, my man, Bennett. Bennett, you win. Way to go, buddy. I will be sending you a $50 gift card. And man, that was fun. That was really cool. So thank you guys for being here. Man, this is awesome. Try to go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. If you could share with us, oh, if you could let other people know, that would be great. Also, my website is up. It's nextstepcoach.org. Go and check it out. And I hope that you have a great rest of your week.